up, everyone? It is Detective Vio. Marmor7 in the house.
I am Marlon Morgan, aka Marmor7, the self-proclaimed Beast King of Chicago.
What's up, everyone? It is Detective Vio. Marmor7.
Chicago. Of Chicago.
I don't know why I'd run away.
Well, you just put that in there just on time. What's up, everyone? It is Detective Vile, here joined by Marmor7.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, as he already said, I am Marlon Morgan, aka Marmor7, the self-proclaimed Beast King of Chicago, advocate in the Chicago gaming community, and patient waiter of September 30th for when GameWorks opens in
I'm
Schaumburg.
sorry? Can you please repeat that again? I feel like my heart almost broke down because I thought it was you. I thought I was gonna hear the word cancel, but you said reopened.
Yes, it will be reopened September 30th. I had numerous people inform me of this information,
Of
so
course.
I can absolutely confirm that it is
Should have
a
really,
definite go ahead on the 30th of September.
should you
So
really have linked
9:30,
that though?
21.
If it hasn't been linked.
I just had to drop the news on you without you even knowing.
For real, I am very hyped. I cannot wait, and I will be expecting to be there again. I can't wait. I'm actually very excited. Been missing that place
Honestly,
for
me
a very
neither,
long
man.
time.
It's been, yeah, man, so much fun there, man. So much
For
great
real.
memories.
Like, I almost went when I was in Vegas. There was one in Vegas, and it was open. I'm like, oh, let me go back. But no, I did not do that. Instead of there, I went to a place called Player One Vegas.
Okay.
Very
How was that?
very handsome place, I would say so myself. Loved it. It was great. I was pretty disappointed they didn't have liquor because it's not really much of a. They said you're not like it's not a bar, so you don't really drink like that. But
You know what? Now that we're actually on the subject, just let's just talk about your whole trip, man. How was it, man? How was it?
all right, so other than that, that was pretty dope. Will I go there again? Yes, but will I drink there? No. I tried this drink called Liberty City. It was alright. Don't remember what was in it. Um, I stood at the Caesar's Palace. Very wonderful place. It was like a godlike Greek gods type of place.
Hmm.
Um, I went to there was a mall in there, and there was a place called the Odyssey VR. So they have like VR stations. They got PS5s up in there.
Okay.
I almost played it. I was like, you know what? Let me play the PS5. But then I was like, I asked them what games they have. It was no PS5 exclusive games, so it was really pointless to play it. I then tried out this free trial game they have. It's like like there's little race cars and there's like a real life track and there's a camera on the cars so you could see where it's going. It was in beta, that's why it was free. So I got to try that out. It was pretty amazing. I must say that's gonna be the new thing in the future.
Okay.
Appreciate it a lot. Um, I tried out this place called the Heart Attack Burger. The Heart Attack place. Yeah, it was not that great. Um, then I tried In and Out. People are goofy. That food is good. They say that it's overhyped. Nah, that best burger. Not as good as Wahlburger, but still pretty good.
Okay. Okay.
And I think that's about it. I don't think I have anything else to share because everything happens there, stays there. You feel me?
Yeah. I mean, can confirm. Sounds like Vio ended up getting married out there to a beautiful chick named Chuck.
Chuck. Oh no.
I'm just playing. I'm playing. I'm playing.
Yeah. There was no marriage. If anything, I would be the one that's marrying people. Since don't forget, I am an ordained.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm just
And
glad to be back. I missed it.
and it sounds almost as if you had your own uh kind of like a suicide mission going out there, man. Just to have as much crazy fun as humanly possible, and then come right back safe and sound.
There was nothing suicidal about that, but I know you want to talk about that Suicide Squad, boy.
What, the Suicide Squad movie? What? Why would I want to
Yes.
talk about what's literally right now, in my opinion, at least top three for like one of the best movies of the summer?
What?
Yeah,
You
hands
liked
down.
it?
I loved it.
Oh boy, now this is a word, guys. So I have put down in the hashtag Val wins or hashtag Mara wins, because this is a battle right now. Because I did not like the movie.
Okay, well, I'll let you go first.
All right, so first of all, let's get to the
Spoilers, by
point.
the way. If there's any spoilers at all, just we're telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, spoilers ahead.
Oh yeah, spoilers ahead, and then once we're done talking about it, I'll put in the description on which part we gave up on it. Now to the spoilers. Oh boy. Now okay. So I understand that now I believe this is its own, right? Like it's not part of the first one because I feel like it was too goofy. I don't mind comedy. Don't get me wrong, I love comedy, but it's just way too goofy for my taste. And I'm pretty sure the superheroes that they chose was probably actual superheroes, but I guess they were just like thrown into like I don't know a pit because no one didn't really like them or something. I don't know. All I know is it was just the only part was cool was I already forgot his name. The black dude, Def Scope. Oh boy.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Point of being is it was not. It was like I'm trying to think of what was my favorite scenes in the meantime. I think it was funny when they killed the teammates that they came through to that they were supposed to help one of the captains, and then they like murdered half of the damn the rebuilding team
Mhm.
because that one dude that's like American, and then Bloodsport was an assassin, so like they were like trying to show off on who's good at it, and then they just end up killing basically all of the reinforcements that they were supposed to have. And yeah, that's the only best scene. So I don't know. Other than that, I'll rate the movie like a 4 out of 10.
Okay.
What
So
about you?
4 out of 10. So that's below average. Um. Well, I mean, I guess for those who also go along with what he just said, you guys have no fucking taste in movies at all, do you? Like, first of all, I'm gonna end up breaking this down before I even get into the movie. Summer action movie. Summer, as in the time of year, the season. Movie, as in something that's supposed to entertain you for a couple of hours. And well, action, I can't even believe I skipped that part, which this movie has a abundance of. Okay, a huge abundance of action, and with a little bit of comedy spread out here and there. It was actually a ton of fun. For those who don't know, the Suicide Squad is technically the sequel slash reboot of the Suicide Squad movie that came out originally back in 2016 with Will Smith and Margot Robbie, who actually reprised her role in this movie as Harley Quinn. Um, Jai Courtney also reprised his role as Boomerang Man from the original movie as well, and also believe Captain Rick Grimes, the I guess you could say the main person who's kind of spearheaded this operation as well, and Amanda Waller, who Amanda Waller, that wonderful woman. Anyway, this movie is technically just a completely separate mission from what we've all seen from beforehand. No Will Smith, and I'm kind of glad for that. I'll get to that point in a little bit. Um, to give out what basically happens throughout the movie, in the first 15 minutes of the movie, you kind of get like this feel of a squad that's been chosen to go and fight for this like random mission that we don't know of at the time that we actually see this crew. Um, the majority of the people in the first part just all die. Like they just flat out die. They actually live up to their name, Suicide Squad. Because in the original movie, you only had one person that got killed, and it's like, okay, that was kind of a pointless death, but whatever.
I mean,
But like, you never really.
I thought he was a pointless character, to be honest. So I thought that's why they killed him so fast.
Oh no, all those characters in the beginning that they were actually used as a distraction for the other team that we ended up seeing, and that we essentially grow along with in the majority of this movie. Now, first 15 minutes when we see the first squad die, we see shortly after that the other squad actually made it onto the other part of the island on the like northern area of the beach, and then it goes like sometime earlier ends up showing, okay, this is where this team came from. You know, same prison, you know, same concept. You know, these guys are a part of the Suicide Squad. You have Bloodsport, who's being played by Idris Elba. Um, you have John Cena playing Peacemaker, which, by the way, great choice in character. Just because, like, his seriousness and his dry humor just lands so damn well, and the way how his chemistry worked with Idris for me was just perfect. Them basically being teenage boys and just trying to one up each other the entire time was fucking hilarious. We had Ratcatcher 2, which her name is Ratcatcher 2 because her father was the original Ratcatcher.
I'm just gonna say it. She
And
was my favorite character.
I can agree on why. My favorite character is Weasel, but I'll get to that later. Uh, fucking Weasel, I swear. Um, my second favorite character, I'm still trying to decide if it's between Polka Dot Man, a man who shoots literal polka dots,
So stupid.
or uh, King Shark, which was played. His voice was being played by Sylvester Stallone, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. This is basically Rocky, but a giant shark. Like the point of that was just so damn stupid. So we see this team get briefed on what they're going to be doing, and then we go back to the time of, okay, the first team's destroyed. Let's see what's going to be happening with the second team. Now, throughout this movie, you kind of end up seeing how this dynamic sort of works. You end up finding out that Bloodsport, Idris Elba's character, you know, the reason why he's even doing this mission, it's mainly because Amanda Waller threatened to throw his daughter in the same prison that they're in, and she would likely die within the prison because that's the type of prison that it is, because it's full of a bunch of supervillains and people who just don't mind killing each other. So that's already a giant issue. Amanda Waller, for those who don't know, in the comics, she's actually a cold-blooded bitch. So her being played so well was just perfect for me. Like, I enjoyed every single moment of it because she has no problem with like proving a point. He has no problem with it. Is absolutely insane. And going back to the Suicide Squad team, one of my favorite scenes was when they found out that Captain Rick from the other Suicide Squad team, he actually survived the attack, and they thought, okay, he got captured. So what they did was they came up with a plan to go into this like rebel encampment, go kill all the rebels, and go save the captain. Turns out, the guys that they killed were good guys. So they essentially just wiped out all the good guys who were actually fighting against the military of that island and trying to free the people. And in the process of doing that, they thought they were going to save Rick, but then they ended up going to like the spot where he's at, and like turns out he's talking to the leader, drinking tea, having a good time. And yeah, that to me was probably one of the most hilarious things ever, because it's like they spent 10-15 minutes essentially wiping out all of these people, no problem at all, and then come to find out that they just killed a bunch of good guys. It's like, damn.
For real. How do you even? They really tried to say that they didn't see any of them.
Yeah, like, why didn't any of my people warn me or signal me? What people? Did you see any people? I didn't see any people. Huh.
Oh man,
And
that was
then
wild.
and then Polka Dot Man like kind of just bursted out, and he's like, I imagined they all looked like my mother, and I killed them. And then King Shark spat out a finger.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was very disturbing. Anyway, oh man, just the dynamic of these characters played so well for me, because the director of this movie is James Gunn. He directed, of course, for those who don't know, he's directed the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He's directed other movies as well that some people probably never even heard of. I'm not going to even touch on, but like his main two that he's real popular and known for, Guardians of the Galaxy is Volume 1 and 2. You kind of get the same type of vibes here, because they literally dug down in the bottom of the barrel for the characters that they were going to use for this movie, and he made it work. You know, he actually gave each character sort of their time to shine, and did a really good job fleshing out, like, okay, if these people with these types of attitudes were to work together, this is exactly how they would, do it. Bloodsport and Peacemaker going into an encampment trying to show off like how they're capable of killing all these people. Like, it was just hilarious because they just kept going back and forth. Like, Bloodsport, of course, doing all his crazy good shots, and then like Peacemaker with his like explosive bullets, and like it was just over the top hilarity for me. And then when they finally got to like the core part of the mission, which was the reason why they're going to this island, is because of something known as Project Starfish. For those who already knew what the comic books were all about, and also seen the trailers, you already know who the main big bad was going to be at the end of the movie, Starro the Conqueror. For those who don't know, Starro the Conqueror has some crazy ass roots within the DC universe. I mean, Starro actually once sat on the face of Superman, and that wasn't a pretty sight. It's actually in the Justice League show. There's an episode on there. If you go on HBO Max, for those who watch HBO Max, you can go to the Justice League Unlimited episodes, and one of them is when Superman was having his birthday, and it turned out somebody tricked him into opening a box, and it was a Starro uh, drone that basically just sat in his face, like started taking over his mind. Um, but since that's the big bad later on, you also find out that, okay, the real reason why the Suicide Squad was sent here is to destroy Jotunheim, which is the building where they were keeping Starro, and destroy all the evidence of any information about what Project Starfish was about, which turns out it was more so about the Americans funding and running the project off the grid, away from American soil, because I mean, evil deeds type craziness. Um, by the end of the movie, you kind of have a feel for all of these different characters, like the way how they ended up interacting with one another, the way how their stories were fleshed out. I think the one that I didn't really like so much was when we took like an X amount of time. And in fact, this is literally my only one thing I didn't like. Harley Quinn was also a part of that squad that ended up getting killed off real quick, but she survived. And her whole side quest of her falling in love with like one of the dictators, and like they're going on dates and they're about to get married, like that to me was like, it was funny, the punchline at the end, but like it took a big chunk of the movie, and that was like my only part I didn't like about the movie. Other than that, the whole movie ran pretty swell. I like the part when Harley Quinn ended up killing the dictator, and like basically told him, "Look, I told myself from my last relationship, if I go into a new one, I'm gonna look for red flags, and to me, killing children is a red flag, which is why you had to die." And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Harley, why don't you just leave? Well, you would think I do that, but that's not what I do. And I'm just sitting. I'm just sitting there like listening to like all this goofiness. I'm like, wow, man, like this is really happening. She has an awesome little scene where she basically ends up killing a bunch of people. Then she goes out and she's escaping. Meanwhile, the Suicide Squad that we've known about, Bloodsport, Peacemaker, and all these other guys, they're trying to break into the place where Harley Quinn just broke out of, and it turns out she already freed herself, and they're wasting their time. And it's like, well, what the fuck, man? It was a really good plan, and oh man, that to me was actually a nice little punchline at the end. One of my other favorite moments, and it's a small moment, when they're actually planning on going into town, and they're talking about how they needed disguises, and they're like, "Well, the shark doesn't really have a disguise," and he's like, "Yes, I will have good disguise." And they're asking him like, "What were you gonna wear?" "Fake mustache." It's like all I can imagine is a big ass 7 foot tall buff shark with a fucking fake mustache on,
Yeah.
trying to pretend he's a person. And like he even throws his finger up, like his fin finger in front of his face, and they're all telling him like, "No, we can still tell it's you. Like you're gonna compromise the mission. You'll have everyone die." And he's like, "Fuck!" And then he just like kind of stumbles away and like he's all pissy and shit.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
everyone had some great moments, man. Like Polka Dot Man, a person who literally shoots polka dots, turned out to be probably the most powerful character out of everyone. Even though, spoiler alert, he dies. He
Yeah.
actually was like one of the strongest characters in the movie. Even though, like, literally, you're like, what? Like, yeah, his superpower is shooting polka dots. I'll let you watch the movie so then you understand a little more and like what the hell that's all about. But by the end of the movie, you end up enjoying yourself. I mean, Ratcatcher 2 had her couple of great moments actually, especially at the end. Oh, funny enough, for those who didn't know, you do see Ratcatcher 1 in this movie, and it turns out it's Taika Waititi, which is another Marvel director. So you have one Marvel director and James Gunn directing the movie for DC. On top of that, you have another Marvel character from Bloodsport, who he used to be Heimdall inside of the Marvel Universe. And on top of that, you have Taika Waititi, who not only directed Thor Ragnarok, but also is Korg in the Marvel Universe. So I think DC is finally realizing that maybe they should start utilizing some of the people that Marvel's using. And it's a great idea because then that way, we kind of get the best of both worlds. You really would rather have people who can handle these properties correctly rather than just somebody who essentially did what they did with the first Suicide Squad movie, which was just to throw a bunch of shit together and it was terrible. So for me, this movie actually turned out to be 8.5 out of 10 just because I
Oh.
thoroughly enjoyed myself that much. And I put it next to other summer movies I ended up enjoying myself with. Godzilla vs. Kong, I thoroughly enjoyed because it was literally just big monkey fight big lizard. That's all I need. It's a summer movie. Why the hell not? And my other movie was actually on Amazon Prime. It's called The Tomorrow War, and that's with Chris Pratt, who ends up fighting in the war in the future against aliens that were seemingly unstoppable. It's actually a really fun movie. It's very cliche. It's very like exactly what's going to happen. You know the twist before they even come. But because they made the vibes so endearing and so enjoyable, you actually kind of just shut off your brain and do exactly what you're supposed to do for a summer movie. You're supposed to just enjoy it. That's something that I wasn't able to do with Fast and Furious 9, which, to be honest, is basically just a giant meme at this point. Black Widow, to me, was 100% pointless. Like, in all honesty, Black Widow should not have been made. We already had a better Black Widow movie. It was called Captain America: The Winter Soldier. And that came out, what, back in 2014? And let's
I don't
see.
know.
That was a better Black Widow movie than the Black Widow movie.
Oh.
For
I
me,
didn't get to
Black
see that
Widow
one
was
yet.
like for me, Black Widow's a 3. Fast and Furious is a 2.5. Let's see. The Cruella de Vil movie is a 4. In fact, no, 3. Now that I think of it. What other summer movie was there that everyone was hyped about? Green Knight is a 7. It's a solid 7. I'll actually say that. See what other summer movie came out. In all honesty, like I really wasn't enjoying like too many movies this summer. Like I said, my three are Godzilla versus Kong, Tomorrow War, which is in first place, and then the Suicide Squad, which actually I feel weird saying this, but I actually put it over Godzilla versus Kong, which everyone knows during the time I actually thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I was about to say you liked it so much you spoiled it. No, I was kidding. Uh,
I
try.
mean, if you're a Godzilla fan or a Kong fan, as long as I have been, nothing was spoiled. Like you knew everything was going to happen in the movie. You knew the movie was going to come out by the time they announced that they were making a Godzilla movie back in like 2012. So spoilers, I've known what the ending and outcome would have been since the 2014 Godzilla movie was out.
Oh dang.
And that was before they even announced that there was going to be a Kong movie.
Well then. But yeah. So just like you said though, with the damn, which one was it? Oh yeah. Okay. So I was talking about the movie my buddies on the PSN, right? Because I wanted to get their point of views. And they said they didn't like the first one, and then they agreed. Someone told me, I think it was my buddy that I went to Vegas with. He told me that the first one was a little racist. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, because the Mexican dude, they made him very stereotypical. And then it seems like this movie they just made fun of America because like that scene where that one chick was like, it's basically you guys are so American, you guys just come in and just shoot guns blazing, which they did. Um, so yeah, I just thought that was a little different of a plot twist. I don't know if they did that because they planned to do that, or did they because people were probably complaining a little bit about that about the first movie.
No, from that little bit right there about all you Americans do is just come in and like you got to remember the island where they're at isn't part of America at all, and the way how most people feel from other people all around the world, that's all Americans do. We just come in, we shoot, and then we leave. So it was more so of a joke on like the way how the country usually is when they handle like little skirmishes like that or even wars. That was more of a little like haha, but then she doesn't know that they're not actually like doing it for the American government. They actually are just hired mercenaries.
Oh, true, true.
I mean, Bloodsport sounds like he's British. The only American that was actually there, if you really look at it, would probably be Peacemaker. And that's because he's supposed to be like the douchebag version of Captain America.
And then who was the guy that he was stopping from the hard drive?
Rick?
Rick,
Captain Rick?
Captain Rick. Wasn't he American too or no?
Technically, yeah, he is.
So yeah, okay. So with that scene right there, he's basically the one, the other American that would actually share the truth versus hide the truth, and then Peacemaker is the one that would hide it for America, basically.
Well, no, hold on, because you have to remember, Peacemaker was there for a specific mission to make sure that all the information was destroyed. And this was by Amanda Waller, because they do want to make sure that nobody knows that this starfish was funded, that this whole project was funded by American troops, because they wanted to find a way to control everyone around the world. That's nothing new from like that's a comic book thing. That's not like a political thing or anything like that. Like that's actually like a storyline. So that's not really that surprising. Plus, last I checked, DC comics are usually made in America. So, yeah.
True, true. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's what I just got.
So you give it below average.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's kind of ridiculous.
To each their own.
Yeah, I guess. Like
Um,
I said, your taste in movies is shitty. So I guess I
hell
can agree.
nah. Like I said, I like the first one though.
I did not like the first one. I hated
And
it.
you see, So you don't like the first one? I like the first one. You don't. You like the second one? I
Do
don't
me a
like the
favor.
second one.
Do me a
I
favor. Do me a favor. Explain the first movie.
The first one was them all working together to stop someone. I just remember that they all worked. They all just. I think what happened was the Justices they left or something, and then they needed someone to, or they didn't. Oh, okay. So that woman, I forgot her name already.
Amanda Waller.
Yeah, Madeline Wallace. She wanted to work on a team just in case because she said that who would stop Superman if he ever gone bad or whatever. So she wanted
Hmm.
to have the enemies work for them, and the way how she did so is that by putting chips in their head, and then they needed to defeat this villain. I already forgot who, but I remember the scene. Um, so then they had those people come through. Deadshot was there too, and
Hmm.
the new Joker they trying to tease in was in there too,
Hmm.
and yeah, I forgot who the enemy was, but I know that obviously they stopped him. Mm.
Okay.
I mean her. It was a chick.
Okay.
So yeah.
So let me tell you what actually happens in this shitty movie. Since you clearly do not remember, and you probably haven't seen it anytime recently because it's a shit movie. Why would you go back and watch it anyway?
I don't really rewatch movies.
You don't rewatch.
Well, except for Ready Player One, but that was just different.
Yo, you rewatched Ready Player One?
Yeah.
Man, I have a hard time leaving it for background music.
But
But
yeah,
anyway,
explain. Yeah.
the first Suicide Squad consists of this. Amanda Waller goes to the American military and says, what would happen if Superman decided to go into the White House and kidnap the president? I suggest that we end up making our own task force for just in case of such a situation were to occur. All right, cool. You're crazy, but go ahead, Amanda. All right, so in comes Deadshot, played by Will Smith, who was introduced. This is how I know you did not notice just how racist this fucking movie is. You know, you mentioned the Mexican guy. Go back and rewatch how they introduced Will Smith. Why do you always have to use rap or hip hop to introduce a black person?
Oh yes, that's what the guy in the PlayStation chat said.
That was from the first movie, though. They didn't do it in the second. As a matter of fact, they actually make fun of the situation in the second movie. Because if you go back and rewatch, like when Amanda Waller is introducing Bloodsport, and she's explaining who he is, his exact origin is explained again, but for Peacemaker. And then the Bloodsport points it out. He's like, "Are you kidding me? He does the same thing I do." And then he's like, "No, I do it better." He's like, "What do you use bullets? I use smaller bullets. I hit my targets a lot better." And it's like that's how stupid the whole point is. Although I did love the callback in the second movie when they had that final like shoot down. Turns out Bloodsport had smaller bullets than Peacemaker. I actually like that. That was a real good callback from the beginning of the movie. But back to the first shitty movie. Essentially, the main reason why it's a terrible movie because it's all it is just mashed together. Fucking like it's like little trailers being mashed into one fucking 2 hour long trailer. That's basically what the movie is. And here's how stupid it is. The Suicide Squad is being created to go into a city to go save Amanda Waller, who is stuck in the city, which makes no sense because she just made the task force. She literally just made this task force. She was there on the spot when they were going into the helicopters. How in the hell did she end up? This also has to deal with editing issues. How did she end up in the city? Had to go and save her when she was already out of the city, making the Suicide Squad.
Oh, I see your point on there.
Here's
Ah,
here's another dumbass question. They know that Enchantress, who's the main, I mean, she wasn't really a main villain, but whatever. They know her powers. They know what she's capable of doing. If you really look at it, it's Amanda's fault that Enchantress was capable of escaping and trying to free her brother.
Mm.
Yes, Miss Hips Don't Lie was free because Amanda Waller, which again was the same woman who was creating
Wait, hold up. Your your headset.
one moment in the movie where that was kind of decent was when they were all in the bar talking to each other. Because you actually got to sit down and find out who the fuck are these characters that I'm watching? Why is this supposed to be interesting?
Oh, that's true. I did enjoy it. That one. Your mic, you lagging. We lost Marmar 7 because his opinion was cerebral. No, I'm just kidding. Um, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's going on.
Can you hear me?
A little bit, yes. A little bit as somewhat clear, but I don't know what's going on.
How about now?
Should be good.
You good now?
Yes.
Basically put, originally the main villain was supposed to be the Joker.
Hmm?
And they scrapped that part of the script. This is the reason why the movie so shitty. And so was supposed to be the main villain. And
I'm sorry, guys, about the inconvenience. I don't know what's going on. All I do know. So we're gonna take a commercial break. And welcome to the ad, everyone. I made a joke about it, and it's actually happening just because why not? So if you guys haven't done so, if you guys looking for a Funko reviewer, Steph the Straw Bunny, soon to be known as Straw Bunny Steph, it's gonna be in the link in the description as the best Funko reviewer in my opinion. So if you guys check that out real quick, knock yourself out, and let's get right back into the podcast, shall we? I think DC was actually worse, just generally. Nah, I'm just kidding.
no,
Um,
they are generally, but at least they have some fun movies. Shazam's a fun movie. Aquaman's a fun movie,
okay, Aquaman
and this
was
new
a good
Suicide Squad.
movie. We both have something in common.
Batman v Superman sucks. The first Wonder Woman was fun. The second Wonder Woman was fucking terrible. Justice League's terrible. Both versions of Justice League's fucking terrible.
All right, you guys heard that? That's for sure. Yep. Um,
There was no reason for us to have a Snyder cut. All it basically did was just add an extra hour to our time. Oh, sorry, 2 hours.
but I have good news. Your audio is perfect now, so
So if I were to rate all the DC movies that we've seen so far, first one being Man of Steel, I'll give that a 4. Yeah, I'll give that a 4 out of 10. Batman v Superman, I'll give a 3. Wonder Woman, I'll give a 7. Aquaman, I'll give a 7. Shazam, I'll give a 7. The old Justice, the Whedon cut of Justice League, I'll give a 5. And then the Snyder cut, I'll give a 4. See what else. What other movies are there?
I don't know. I can't read any because I don't remember all of them like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. And then for my rankings for Marvel, we'll talk about that another time. Just know my worst two movies, my bottom three movies are without a doubt Thor: The Dark World, Black Widow, and Iron Man 2.
I am Iron Man. Da, 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 da.
Iron Man 2 is trash.
I like all the Iron Man
And,
movies, so I can't. I
yeah,
can't. It's
Iron
sort of
Man is
biased
fun.
though. I'm gonna be honest. It's biased because Iron Man is my favorite.
You remember
So
what happened in the second one?
most likely no. But all I know
Here's
is
the difference
I
between us,
remember.
ladies and gentlemen. I remember the stuff that I like.
Do I remember the stuff I like? Of course I do. But like, okay, I could remember video games more than I could remember movies. How about that?
Okay.
And why is that? I have no idea. I wish I could explain it.
I have an idea, but there's no need to jump into theories. It's okay.
A theory. Oh, you're making a theory about me, though. I like that. I like theories. So
Yeah, it's the fact that you actually have to immerse yourself in the game and actually remember stuff here and there in order for you to progress through a game. That's the reason why you're able to remember games more.
oh, true. Since I'm controlling it versus watching it, that makes
Hmm.
sense. Let's make movies into that. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's what games basically are. Really long-winded movies.
I think like that guy who made what's his name? The guy who made Death Stranding said that.
Who, Hideo
Um,
Kojima?
yeah.
He's been saying that shit ever since he made Metal Gear Solid 4. That was back in like fucking '06. Was that '06, '07? It's one of those.
I don't know. All I know is that the movie that I'm trying to watch now is Free Man. Plus, did you want to talk about Wonder Woman?
No, there's nothing to say about Wonder Woman.
Oh,
And there's nothing to say about Black Widow.
that's
Black Widow's a really bad movie. It's extremely pointless, and the main reason why I even ended up watching it is just because it's a part of the Marvel universe. I honestly wish it wasn't a part of the Marvel universe, but unfortunately, it was.
dang, son. I did not expect that at
I'll,
all.
I'll, I'll put it this way: I enjoyed Space Jam 2 more than I enjoyed Black Widow. Oh, speaking of which,
Oh,
Birds of Prey is another movie. I give that movie a 5.
Birds of Prey.
Birds of
Isn't
Prey, the Harley Quinn movie. I completely forgot that was a thing. I give it a 5. It's average.
Bro, wait, hold on. I'm trying to think. Birds of Prey. Oh, now I have to look at a trailer of this because I don't remember it. Oh, yeah. Wait.
The Joker movie that came out wasn't a part. It isn't actually a part of the DC universe or the DC EU, so I can't necessarily count it in there. But if I were to rate that movie, I give it a 6.5.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I need to refresh my memory real quick. Okay, yeah, I remember that movie. That movie was dope. And I think a little time later than that, they did the animation.
Which honestly, I watched the first couple of episodes. I got really bored of it really fast.
I found it really entertaining, and I finished all of it.
If you want to watch something that's really good animated, watch Invincible on fucking Amazon Prime. It is absolutely amazing.
Oh, guys, also, oh my goodness, I almost forgot about this. Thank God I did not. A good movie to watch on HBO Max that just recently got added is The Great Gatsby.
Correction. It's a great book to read, and then you watch the movie.
If you want to do that, if you're a reader, knock yourself out.
If you're not a reader, read The Great Gatsby. And as a matter of fact, if you never read The Great Gatsby, were you even in
It's
school?
actually a very easy read because I definitely read it in school.
Everyone should have read it in school. It's practically a curriculum.
For real, right? In fact, I think it was a it's like Bobby Dick, but no one. I didn't read that book. Um, most people. Yeah, some people actually got to see the movie. Some people didn't. I remember that. So I remember seeing a. Oh no, I'm thinking about the other movie. That was about Romeo and Juliet. Um, the soundtrack of that movie was amazing, and I remember in my school there was a what you call it. That was our prom theme was The Great Gatsby. So yeah. Other than that, I didn't really watch any other movies. I gotta start watching some.
If you want to watch a great movie, in fact, watch this trilogy. Watch Scary Movies 1 and 2, and then watch Scary Movie 3. Unfortunately, I would say Scary Movie 3 is kind of funny in its own right. I don't like it personally because the Wayans brothers weren't a part of it, but it does have some funny parts. My favorite one is Scary Movie 2, just because Scary Movie 2. To me, that's like one of the greatest comedy movies of all time. Uh, oh man, I'm looking at other movies that are on HBO Max. 28 Days Later, one of the greatest horror movies of all time. Freaky was also a movie I watched with my girl. It's basically Freaky Friday, but with a horror twist, where a teenage girl switches her spirit with a serial killer. Probably one of the like better movies to actually watch right now. It's actually a lot of fun. I actually highly recommend that movie. Now that I think of it, I gave that one like a solid seven, like
Oh,
seven, 7.5. It was a lot of fun.
that's good. That's good.
Like there are a lot of parts where like you kind of cringe, but like it's a good type of cringe because it's so damn hilarious. Like they had a lot of fun making the movie. I like movies that enjoy themselves, which is why I say Tomorrow War is probably my favorite movie of the summer, with Suicide Squad being second. Fast and Furious did not have fun. It turned itself into a meme and it was fucking terrible.
I didn't get to see it, but I
In
will
fact, the more I
eventually.
think about Fast and Furious 9, the less points I want to give it. I'm now down to a 2.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess
I'm pretty sure by
let's.
the time we talk about Fast and Furious 9, I'm probably going to give it like a 1.5.
I don't know. The trailer looks pretty amazing. I'm not even gonna lie. So I'm really
It's amazingly bad.
basically.
I'm actually looking through like HBO Max, like what other great movie. In fact, that next episode will actually give you a whole list of movies that we believe are good watches on different apps. You know, not just HBO Max, but whatever else we have. I actually have a top 10 in everything but Paramount Plus because Paramount Plus is pointless.
You got. Oh, I thought you were about to say you got Paramount Plus. I'm like, no way.
No, it's pointless.
I don't. I don't have that many streaming services. The only thing I do is HBO Max, and then other times I'm just watching YouTube videos.
HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Netflix. Of course, you got Hulu, but to be honest, there's no real need for that
I,
either.
I mean, only for
Disney
Brooklyn Nine
Plus.
Nine.
Then you got Disney Plus. No, no. If you're only gonna be watching Brooklyn Nine Nine on Disney Plus, just get Brooklyn or on Hulu. Just get Brooklyn Nine Nine. Like get the DVDs or buy it digitally. Stop hurting yourself.
What if it's even? I don't know if it's good or not. Wait, if it's a new season, how they're gonna have in DVD already?
Buy it digitally.
Nah, because there might be other things I might find on Hulu Plus. You never know.
Well, when you find them, let me know.
I will. If I ever end up doing it. Probably maybe sometime in October. I still have a free. Uh, I have a free month of Hulu. I just don't want to use the code yet.
In October?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
The reason why I'm waiting for that month specifically is because of the because I'll have my own place and then I'm gonna be watching movies with my girls, so I figured that would be
Okay, that
a
makes
nice
sense.
thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, anything else you want to talk about before we head out?
Yes, yes. So as always, I always have a little section on my Discord where I have topics to talk about. And the topics is it's not really that much of a topic. It's just like funny things I've seen or whatever. So I guess Mitchell's probably spent a night at Hector's house. If you guys don't know who Hector is, Optic Hex, the guy who owns Optic, obviously. He got caught stealing a cookie at his house with a Nest Cam. It was actually quite funny because he used a flashlight, and the kitchen was actually real lit. And it was something I saw on Twitter that I laughed at, so that's what I enjoyed. And then for those who likes Avatar, I'm not a huge fan of Avatar, but that was pretty cool too, just to mention that they found real life.
You're not a huge fan of Avatar? Like The
Yeah,
Last Airbender?
yeah.
What kind of childhood did you have?
It's
I'm just playing. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you.
a
I
live
mean, not
action.
really. I'm playing with you.
What did I grow up watching? I grew up watching One Piece, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I don't know. My adult swim was something else other than Nickel. Oh, that's not Nickelodeon. I never really watched Nickelodeon late at night. I mean, yeah, I
You know
watched
what?
the cartoon a little bit.
Remember when I
Sometimes.
said like next episode we'll talk about like our top 10 like movies from like different apps and that. You know, let's add a little more. Top 10 cartoon shows we used to watch when we were kids.
Okay, that'd be a fun one.
I already have my first 300.
Oh my goodness, you are wild. You must just list the whole damn channel.
Pretty much. I might as well at that point, right?
You'd be like all the shows at Cartoon Network from this year and this year. Oh,
No,
actually,
I remember where certain things were on different channels and then they ended up getting bought out due to syndication. Like that's how far back I'm able to go.
ew. I tried out Knockout City before. Let's just do a quick video game talk. I tried out
Oh,
Knockout
how was
City.
it?
I loved it, yo. Like, sign me up on MLG. I promise you, I could like make it to the leads.
I mean, there is game battles. You can always go there and sign up for it, man. Do
True, true.
1v1s, do free for all, do like
Nah, I need the
many
team of
ways to do it.
threes, and I think I might have to use the special dodgeballs versus the regular dodgeballs, cause I was losing heavily when I chose the regular dodgeballs.
Oh, so you're not as good as you're saying that.
Oh
Because I'm
no,
pretty
trust
sure
me, I'm
there's
gonna practice it.
I'm pretty sure there's like a 6-year-old kid that's like an extra pro in that game.
Oh no, 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 no. I wear all the drip. Alright, my drip shows my skills, so I had
You
to
can
live up
sit there and
to
wear all the drip you want, man. When it comes to gaming, I'm butt ass naked.
it.
I don't need to
Oh
wear anything. You're
boy.
gonna die. Yeah, imagine that. Every time I beat you in a video game, I'm butt ass naked.
Nah, I don't want to imagine that. But let's sound out. Thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate it so much. Trust me, I did put the thing in the description on the spoiler. And yeah, enjoy your day and keep on gaming.
Yeah, and unlike this guy, please go on HBO Max and enjoy the Suicide Squad and hashtag Weasel is the best.
Psych.
Boy, pull over, stop. If you fuck around, up shots and probably won't stop. This the life I live, pay the price you probably would not. I'm a hot boy, pop a bitch at Modelo time. We just about to drink, you don't need to bring out the wine. Hola mama, see the look at you, yeah you so fine. I'm a rowdy rough boy, look at Blossom from behind. She couldn't close her mouth cause Godzilla just hit her spine. Hey, face down, ass up, how we wine and dine. She say I can't tell nobody, gotta tell the guys. We been doing dirt together, gotta jump and ride.